Hi there, it's Tracy here from the Papercraft Studio. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to show you how to make this little calendar desktop tidy, I guess. You've got a little drawer here that you can put some little bits and pieces in, and it just stands up on your desk like that. Just so you know where we are on the date, because I think we're all a bit confused at the moment because we're back in lockdown. This is actually one of my January class by post projects as well. I make design three projects, and it's £10 plus £2 postage and packaging. If anyone's interested, have a look at the details in the link below. So there was a choice of colours, and these papers that I've used are actually Sale-a-bration. It's a celebration pack, so you can't buy these, but you can get these papers for free. You get 48 sheets with a purchase of £45. So for every £45 order you place with me, you get to choose something from the Sale-a-bration brochure here. I love these papers. So you get Granny Apple Green, Blackberry Bliss, Rococo Rose and Bermuda Bay. So this one obviously is Bermuda Bay, so you can see the lovely ombre on there. Sorry, it's a really dull day again when I'm filming, always seems to be. So this time I'm going to make it in Blackberry Bliss. So I'll tell you the supplies you need. Quite a lot of layers of cardstock, also quite a lot of scoring, but I'll show you how I made it. So the first piece here is, so I've got Blackberry Bliss. This measures 9 1/8 by 4 1/4. Then another piece which measures 5 1/4 inches by 6 1/8 of an inch. This piece measures 6 1/2 inches by 3 1/4. This one is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And this one is 3 by 2, and I've made that to sit nicely behind the calendars that I've ordered. So these were from The Range, which is a shop in the UK. If you're ordering from somewhere else, just maybe you might need to readjust the size of this layer to fit your calendar blank. And then you need 2 pieces of the coordinating designer series paper. So this is the Blackberry Bliss side. It backs onto the Granny Apple Green, and these measure, both of these measure 3 inches by 3 inches. I think that's all the supplies for now. So I'm going to bring in my trimmer and show you how to put this together. So first of all, I'm going to actually, let's do the drawer. Oh, well, we'll do all the scoring actually. So I'm going to take this. This is the 9 1/8 by 4 1/4 piece. So this is going to be the wrap around the drawer. So I need to open my trimmer arm out for this. And with this, it's quite precise scoring because we want it to fit really nicely around this drawer, but not too, so it's not too loose, not too tight. Okay, so it slides in and out really nicely. So on the long side, you need to score, let me just get my cutting blade out the way. You need to score at 3 1/4 inches and slide along to 4 5/16. So find 4 1/4, and it's the small line just after that. Okay, I'll put all the measurements on my blog post. And then along to 7 9/16. So that's the small one just after the 7 1/2. And then at 8 5/8. Okay. And then turn it, and on the short side, I'm going to line it up over this side. I want to score at 1 inch. I just find it easier on that side because there's more for me to hold on to here. So score at 1 inch. Okay, that's that one scored. I can fold this down again. So on this piece, this is going to be the drawer, and this is the piece that measures 6 1/8 by 5 1/4. So with the shorter side at the top, you want to score at 1 inch on both sides. Okay, so I'm going to again use this side of my trimmer to score at 1 inch. And I'm going to turn it around, so I've still got the short side at the top, and score again at 1 inch on this side. Okay, and turn it to the longer side. Again, score at 1 inch on this side. Turn it right round, so you're still on the long side, but we're working on the other side. And this time we're not going to score on this side, we're going to score on this side. So line it up at 4 1/4, score, and then slide along to 5 1/4 and score. Okay. A little bit more scoring. So on this piece here, this is the 6 1/2 by the 3 1/4. On the long side, you want to score at 3 1/4, and then we're going to do this diagonal line on the back here to make the easel. So you want to score from the top right hand corner to this middle section here on the right hand side piece that you've just scored. So line up the tip with the groove in your trimmer, and line up this score line with the groove down here, and it might move as you're lining up one and then the other, so just check before you score that you've got that lined up. So let me bring that in for you. Just pop my trimmer down. So it's quite hard. Oh, there we go, you can see. So we've got a score line at 3 1/4 inches, and then I've gone from this middle section up to the top right hand corner. If you go from here to here, it won't really matter, you'll just have your stand kind of going the other way, so it's not the end of the world if you do it the other way. Okay, so we're going to start with the drawer. So bring back in this piece. If you've got this in your kit from me, I've already punched this little notch here, because obviously I don't know if you've got punches at home to do that. So let's fold and burnish all the score lines first. I got the inspiration for this, I can't remember who from, you may have seen something similar online, but the one I saw was like had double drawers. I just wanted to make mine single and to fit the calendars that I've bought as well. So I've kind of redesigned, reconfigured a project that I saw before. Okay, so I've scored on all the score lines. On the side where we've got the 2 score lines, I'm just going to fold this first one in, and then I'm going to use my 1 inch circle punch just to create that thumb notch. So I'm going in equal distance here-ish, and then just a little kind of semicircle there, and just take that piece out. So you're left with a hole in that. So that's how you will have yours if you've got it in a kit from me. Okay, so let's do the cutting. So this way up, so we've got the 2 score lines, 2 sections at the top, the 1 at the bottom. We're going to start on this side. So we're going to cut this score line up to this one. Okay, so just straight up to the first score line on both sides. And then on these 2 pieces here, we're just going to take a little slither out either side. So it's to make, I call them flower pots, but so you're basically just coming in here and then cutting up to that corner. So just taking out a little triangle on both sides. So you see, it makes a little flower pot shape. Ooh, can you see that? Afterwards. Excuse me. So again on this side the same, so a little notch out. I didn't do that one very well, so I'm just going to come back and do that again. And then rotate it round. So now we're working on the side that's got the 2 panels. This time you want to cut right up to this second score line. Okay, on both sides. And then we're going to cut this first tab off completely. I'll just turn it around. And again on this side. just getting rid of that first square. And then on these two, we're going to do the same as we did at the other end. So just going to take out these little pieces here, just to create our flower pots again. Okay, get rid of these pieces. So this is what you'll end up with. So on the side, so I've got it so it's kind of bunching up, looking like a little table on this side almost. Sorry, I've got a bit of a frog in my throat. We need to put some adhesive on these four here. I'm going to use tear and tape, but if you want to use liquid glue, just do one at a time. This fold here, this score line here, is going to line up with this cut here. So you're going to be creating that corner shape by tucking this tab under. So just do one at a time if you're using glue. So just put tape on all of these tabs. And then take the backings off. Okay, so now all the backings are off, we're just going to, like I say, line up this scored edge with this straight edge here and just work your way around. Don't worry about this flat for now. We're just going to stick it to, again, the neighbouring edge. If at any point I'm going too fast, you're making along with me, just pause me for a bit and then start me up again when you're ready. Okay, so that's formed a little drawer. This piece is going to fold and stick in there, so it's just to reinforce this drawer. So when you pull it, it's not too bendy, it's quite strong there. So actually one more thing we need to do just to make this a bit easier to close. Just going to take off a little tiny slither. Would have been easier to do it as when we were doing the cutting, but it's fine to do it at this stage. So tiny little slither, oops, each side. Not essential, but it just helps it fold in. So some adhesive on the inside of this one this time. Backing off. And then just fold that one inside and give it a press. So there you have your little drawer ready made. Next we'll make the wrap that goes around the drawer. So, oops, sorry, just knocked the camera there as I was bringing that in. Sorry, we're going a bit wobbly for a second. Okay, so fold on all the score lines here. Hope you're all getting on okay with the latest lockdown. Such a shame that we're not back to normal, but you know, this was why I put this time to celebrate on the calendar. It's from a new stamp set. I'll show you in a second, but I just thought as we're tearing off the months, hopefully we'll get to a month, maybe Easter, where we can start to, you know, see each other again, go out again safely once this new variant has calmed down a bit. So in the meantime, I hope you all stay safe and well. But I just thought it was quite apt for this time. Okay, so depending on which way you folded, you'll have a much thinner piece at one end. And this is the piece we're going to work on. So don't worry which end it's at. Just know that this is the piece we're working on. So bigger piece tab, bigger piece tab, and then this little skinny end. So we're going to take this rectangle out, so cut up to the score line and across to this one. So he's gone, and then we're just going to take a little slither off that one, just a little diagonal piece. Again, that's just for the folding. And then we're just going to cut straight up these other 3 score lines. And then on the smaller tabs, on these 2 squares, we're just going to take out a little piece and make them into flower pots. So just those slithers, oops, out. We're going to leave these ones straight. Okay, so that's all the cutting on this one. So this is what you're left with here. I'm going to flip mine over because I want to put some tape on this this small section here. Let's go ahead and just put that along there. Take the backing off. Again, use glue if that's your preference. When I'm putting this together, I tend to fold over 2 tabs at this stage, and then this last one here will just fold over and meet this one here. So you don't need to hold it and measure it up here. It will just fold over, just flip over there. Once you're at this stage, fold in the 2 small tabs, and then I like to just see which one is my join at the back here. So I'm going to have this one coming over last. It doesn't really show at the back, but you see there's a little difference there. So that's the one I tend to put towards back. So 2 in, that one, and then we're going to put some adhesive on this strip here. A little bit fiddly at this stage because we folded the box up. Another one in there. And then just line it up here, fold over the top. There we go. If you have any, you know, a little bit of overhang here, if you want to, you can just trim it, but it's going to be minimal, so I wouldn't worry too much. There we go. Okay, so moment of truth. Let's see if this fits. Should do. So you can slide your little drawer in. If you're struggling to get it in, just pinch the sides in slightly. It will go. But obviously it's been made to be quite snug. So there we go. Okay, that piece done. Okay, so now we're going to work on this piece here. So bring in your piece of cardstock that's got the score and then the diagonal score. You're going to fold this in half. Just give it a little burnish with a bone folder. So we folded it this way. This one with the diagonal fold is going to be the front of your card, if you like. So then with the diagonal fold, you're going to fold it the same way as you have this one. So you fold it in and then you're going to fold in again. Give that a little burnish. So this is, if you think of it like a book or a card, you're opening it up. You've got the diagonal one on the front. Now on the inside, on the side that hasn't got the diagonal score line on, you're going to stick, well, you can choose actually. I've chosen to put the bubbles on behind this one, circles, bubbles, and the plain ombre on this one, but obviously it's your choice which way round. So whichever one you want to be on this piece, you stick on here. So I'm going to do the same as I did on my original. And I had the lighter ombre coming down at the bottom, so I'm going to do the same on that one because I quite liked it that way, but you choose however you prefer it. Obviously have a little practice before you stick it down. Okay, so on the front, so it's closing it like a card, we need to add our 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 piece of cardstock. So we want to stick this over the top, but we only want to attach it to this one here, to this bottom triangle. Okay, so this is how it's opening to this one. So just some glue on the bottom triangle here. And then just line this piece of card up over the top. You can just slide it into place and then just stick that one side down. Okay, so you can see this is how it's going to start twisting. Mine's not quite dry yet. And then you're going to stick your other piece of designer series paper onto the front of the card, essentially. Okay. So again, choose which way round you want it. I'm going to have it like that. Stick that down. So this piece is now, you can see it's going to come and sit round like that. So that's attached to the back. Okay. So we can go ahead and stick all of this onto the box. So I've got my little drawer at the front, and I've got the card opening this way, and that's how we're going to stick it onto the box. If you get it a bit wrong, it might just end up coming around the other way, but we'll go with this. So glue on the back. Just make sure you've got it so it's opening like a book, and then stick it onto the top of your little box here. Have it in place. If you want to, you can always slide the drawer out, flip it over, and just, oops, mine's moved a bit, I think, doing that. And then just press it down just to make sure that the glue's all dried on there. Just pop your drawer back in. Okay, so this is now all attached to the base. I'm going to show you the stamp set I've used for the Time to Celebrate. So I've used this on another project recently too, oval occasion. So this is from the new spring summer catalogue, and it comes, or you can get it with a matching punch. So the oval punch, you've got an oval here and then a scalloped oval too. And I just really liked, well, one, who doesn't love a punch, but also like Time to Celebrate, happy birthday. We always need a good happy birthday, a little treat for you. So it's very versatile. These images obviously all fit into the coordinating punch, but this punch as well, great for loads of other stamp sets. So if you buy them as a bundle, you get a 10% discount. So it's a really, really good bundle to buy. So I've got a scrap here of Blackberry Bliss cardstock. Going to do the scalloped oval with that one. And then my little tip for the scallop, obviously they're on the same punch, but I've cut this piece of Whisper White, just a scrap of Whisper White, to about 1 1/4. This is about 1 inch wide. So if you slide it in, then you're not wasting kind of getting an extra oval that you don't really want right now. So punch one of those out, and I'm going to bring in the new blending brushes. Loving these. You get 3 in a pack. Again, I've already used it on one of the projects, but Blackberry Bliss ink. I wanted to sort of mimic the ombre on here, like on the butterfly, and just to give a little bit of colour on here. So just going to bring in a scrap to do this on. Let's do it on this piece as well. So lightly tap on your ink pad, and then if you tap a couple of times on some scrap paper, you can just get rid of the excess and build up to where you want to be. So actually, I'm just going to bring this in because it's not the biggest piece. So just brush. The key with these brushes are lightly. Otherwise you can end up with a bit of a kind of big splodge, and then you can build up the colour as much as you want. Like I said, I did do a butterfly as well. So this is from Butterfly Punch here. So just the little one. Handy that that's at the top. And again, same thing. So this time I just kind of dipped the tip of the brush in the ink. Just get rid of the excess. I need to pin this down again. And just a little bit of colour at the base of the butterfly, coming up towards the top, just to create a bit of an ombre effect. And obviously you can put as much or as little on there as you like. You can build the colour up as you go, but like I say, go gently to start with, and then you won't have too much. So definitely recommend the brushes. Okay, so I need to stamp on here. So like I say, I'm doing the Time to Celebrate in black ink, black magenta ink. I'm just going to put it towards me to stamp on it so I don't get my head in the camera. There we go. So just adds that little something behind it with the brushes. Okay, so give that a second to dry, which we can just flip that over. I'm going to flip this one over. So I'm putting both of them on dimensionals because I wanted it to be high enough to catch that easel. So to make sure that happened, I just wanted to you know, kind of stack it up quite a lot. Okay, so just a couple on the back of this one. And then on the scallop, I've put 4 because I wanted it to stay kind of solid and balanced. There's not a lot of room on the back of there, but there we go. That's how I've done that. Backing off of the sentiment one first. So just pop that in the center of this one. And then backings off of this one. And I've popped this, you can see, sort of diagonally across this corner here. So you've got your drawer at the front. This is going to slide up out the way here. So kind of about there. So I wanted a little bit of paper showing underneath, but wherever you want it really. And there we go, that just catches that perfectly. The butterfly, you can pop a little bit of glue or a glue dot underneath here. And I just bent him in the middle just to give him a bit of dimension. I'm going to use a glue dot just on the back there, and I'm going to pop him there. You could stick him up here, wherever you want to really, but I just wanted to have him on there. And then a couple of rhinestones. So actually, let's use this end. I popped one near the head of the butterfly and another just down here or up there, wherever you want to pop it, just for a little sparkle. We all need a little bit of sparkle at the moment. So finally the calendar blank, I'm just going to pop some glue on the back of the calendar, and you just got a very small border around the edge of here. Of course you could just stick it straight on without the border if you wanted to. And then when you go to stick it on here, I have put some dimensionals on the back, but you can fold this down flat. So just have a little look first to see where you're positioning it. I've designed it so that it should be in line with the designer series paper, and then obviously you've got an equal gap top and bottom. So some dimensionals on the back of there. One in each corner. And that one, backing's come off of that one already. One on either side there. Okay, so like I say, the easiest way I found is to leave it flat. It won't squish this down too much. And then decide where you want to put it. You can put your head over the top. Obviously I don't want to get my head in the camera. And there we have it, your little desk tidy with the calendar. We can tear off those months and celebrate at a time when we can all get together. I hope you enjoy making that. Take care, see you soon, bye.